Today we're going to talk about if you are scared to make decisions, you're scared to start a new business, start a new plan, start a new action plan, this is exactly for you. My name is Michael Barayev, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. And now we have a water filtration company, we have a marketing company, we're growing like crazy. And my thing to you is this, I understand that making decisions is extremely difficult, but you have to understand that before you make a decision, you have to understand that you're in a comfort zone. Okay, and the process of growing, process of becoming better, you have to identify that when you are in your comfort zone, you don't want to make any decisions. Because when you're comfortable, you're comfortable. Our bodies are made up of 70+% water, and water travels in the path of least resistance. So automatically, you don't want to do more than you're actually required to do, because you want to be in the path of least resistance as a human being. Nobody wants to go to the gym. Nobody wants to start a new business. Nobody wants to start a new action plan. Nobody wants to do those things. But understand this, the process of getting out of your comfort zone and getting what you actually want in life is a process you have to understand. So the number one thing you have to understand is that you are in a comfort zone. After the comfort zone, you have something called the failure zone, right? So for example, we have a lot of our guys when they're starting out to go out there to knock on doors and sell water filtration systems, okay? They started out as a comfort zone. They were doing really good in another campaign, whether it was solar, whether it was selling tablets, whatever it may be. They were selling something else. They're great sales guys, but they were in their comfort zone because they got really, really, really good, okay? At that skill set, at that business, at that whatever it may be. And now they get into the failure zone. And the failure zone is you start making mistakes, you start getting rejection, you start, messing up your pitch, you start messing up your words, you start fucking up everything, right? And that is the place where you actually have to understand that the failure zone is not a forever zone. It's a temporary zone. Okay, because after the failure zone comes the learning zone. Through those failures, you learn what to do, what not to say, what to do when somebody reacts to you in a certain way. What are the customers thinking? You start to analyze a lot, and you're learning a lot. And by the way, when you come from failure zone to learning zone, you are tired mentally, emotionally. Why? Because you're putting a lot of energy to figure out what you need to do. You're literally consciously making decisions on what to say. You're consciously thinking about what you need to do, what you need to say, how you need to act, and you're putting a lot of energy into those activities, a lot of energy into the mindset of getting the deal, mindset whatever it may be. Because remember, from failure zone to learning zone, you are absorbing everything. You're getting punched in the face and you're learning from that situation. After the learning zone comes the growth zone, right? You cannot grow unless you have failure and you have learning. In order to grow, you have to have failure and you have to have learning. So first comes the comfort zone, then comes the failure zone, then comes the learning zone, and then comes the growth zone. And after you grow, right, just like going to the gym, you may be comfortable right now, you're relaxing, you're chilling, you're having a great time at home, but you got to get your ass out of bed, you got to get your ass off the couch and go what? Go make some mistakes, go get some reps in the gym and fuck up your shoulder, screw up your biceps, make a mistake, ooh, do this, make that, and you start asking people, hey, how did you grow your biceps? How did you grow your triceps? What would you recommend? You start watching videos, you start learning, you start observing, you make a mistake in your form, you make a mistake in the weight, you make a mistake in your diet, you make a mistake here, you make a mistake there, you start learning and becoming a better you. And then comes the muscles after a couple of months. You start growing and say, holy crap, now it's working, right? And that's what happens with the process of getting out of your comfort zone to the failure zone, to the learning zone, to the growth zone. And then what happens is, right? Now you want to get bigger. Now you want to get stronger. Now you want to get smarter. Now you want to become a better sales guy. And what happens is you got to repeat the same process. Because now that you've mastered that level, now you're in what? You're in the new comfort zone now. The process never ends until the day you die. You're always going to be in the comfort zone. Think about it this way, right? If you're a sales guy and you're going out there, you're knocking on doors, right? As an example, you're knocking. It's extremely uncomfortable. You make mistakes. You get rejected. You get spit on. You get hit on. Everyone hates you. All of a sudden, you start making a bunch of mistakes, right? And now you're learning from those mistakes. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I should have knocked this way. I should step away a little bit. I should say this. I should say that. Now you're in the learning zone. After you learn a little bit, you start getting results. Now you're in the growth zone, right? So you mastered prospecting. You know how to get appointments. But guess what? Now you're in the comfort zone. And in order to get really good at closing deals, right, because it's just the next step, you now have to get into you have to get out of that comfort zone and now start doing what? Failing again. Failing in the presentations now. Making mistakes in the households. Saying the wrong things. And the process keeps repeating itself. And that is how you learn. That is how you grow. That is how you become a master at any craft. So don't forget that the second you are in a comfortable zone, you're not in the growth zone. If you're either comfortable or you're growing. You cannot be in both. So right now, if you're comfortable about something in your business, comfortable about something in your life, what I want you to do immediately is get into the failure zone. Start making mistakes. Start failing. Start making moves. Start creating action. Start failing and learning in that process. And by you failing and learning, you'll eventually get into the growth zone. right? So we appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this channel, share it with a friend, and we'll see you guys in the next video.